Welcome back to Live from the Digital Media Zone. Once again, I'm Melissa June Rowley, co-founder of thetoolbox.org. We are live on stage with Charles Brigham. He is the account executive with Esri's nonprofit and global organizations team. Did I get it all? I get
That's
it?
correct, yes.
Okay. And Esri, to me, I'm a little bit biased because we are friends. My organization is friends with Esri, but I feel like Esri is one of the best, most magical kept secrets in the tech universe when it comes to geolocation and mapping. Can you let everybody know what you're specifically doing with mapping to achieve the SDGs?
Sure. Maybe taking a step back, Esri, if you're not familiar with it, is a global company focused on geographic information systems. We've been around for close to 50 years. We have, as you probably notice, operate behind the scenes in a way. We support the geographic backbone for a lot of different things, such as transportation, aviation, but we also have done a lot of work in nonprofit and global organization space. We support 5,000 nonprofits globally. We have 70 offices globally and 300 global partners. So we're very large, approximately 10,000 employees, really focusing on creating a geographic information nervous system of the world, which is a concept not new to us. We've been really focused on creating this geographic nervous system of the world through our technology and the advancements of technology and trying to get our users the applications and technologies they need to do their work better.
Mm-hmm. And how vital is mapping to just having a positive social impact on the world in general?
Yes, so for instance, in the SDG space, we've been focusing on a lot of communication and education around the SDGs in terms of technology and data. So to give you an example of that, we've been looking at supporting our users across the sustainable development space in their innovations in the use of geographic information systems, but also in the processes that are in place for the goals, targets, and indicators. So specifically, if you look at metadata for indicators, that metadata is often difficult to find. So we've been doing simple things like making APIs available that people can access and utilize that data in more efficient machine-readable ways. So we now have an API that serves out different metadata around indicators, and we have a number of different dashboard and visualization apps that we've been supporting along with our users as well. So that's really what we've been focusing on lately, more concretely in the SDG space.
For people that might not be very technologically minded, how would you describe what you just said to me just now?
Sure. So we're all familiar with PDF documents. We read a lot of those probably on a regular basis. So what we've done is we've simply scraped a lot of PDF documents and made that machine readable. So information that's digital that you can access using another machine or application, and that's made available through what's called the application programming interface. It's basically a data pipe, or you think of it like a water faucet. You can turn on and off. You can turn on a little bit, or you can turn on more. It really depends on how much information you want to consume from that service. Without going into further detail, I'll stop there.
Are there any of the Sustainable Development Goals that you are more focused on than others? And by that, not by favoritism, but just by virtue of what mapping can address most easily and most effectively?
Yeah, so that's a great question. We really focus on all of them, actually. All of them have a geographic component. There are some indicators that explicitly call for the use of geospatial information within the indicator, target, and goal. But we're really focused on the whole SDG framework because we believe that the SDG framework provides an opportunity for the geographic community to really utilize in their work and across the different thematic groups that use our technology. So even internal in Esri, we're really trying to communicate the SDGs as a framework that everyone can leverage in doing business. And not only doing business, but doing good. So we're really taking in a lot of the processes now as the SDGs have been finalized, indicators have been finalized, and trying to externalize some of the things that we've been finding in our technology processes.
It's interesting that you refer to the SDGs as framework. Earlier when Forrest Whitaker was here, he called them a blueprint. So it really is just something that people can look to understand these are the things that we need to be focused on. Now, what are the steps that need to be taken? Would you like to open it up for questions to the floor?
Yeah,
I think we've got a couple minutes.
I'll just make one more comment.
Okay.
In that framework that I referenced, GIS and geography, the study of the human-environment relationship has been going on for a long time. It's physical and social. So the geographic community, what we're seeing coming from them is that our users are asking us, now that we have this Sustainable Development Goal framework, I'm calling it, but it can be called blueprint. You have the ability to go further. So if we can indeed achieve a number of the SDGs, can we go further into the very localized data structures that make up sub-indicators and start to communicate those to communities and expand that information network to really take advantage of this SDG process down at the local level as it suits everyday lifestyles of marginalized people and different challenges ahead of us.
Right.
But happy to take questions, yes. Sorry.
Are there any questions in the audience?
Hi. Hi, thank you for the time, and this panel has been really great. I noticed that Esri has a startup program as well that's trying to get probably a little bit less developed companies more involved in the network that Esri has established. Do you see that startup program in Esri being a big part of being able to tackle all these different SDGs?
Certainly. So within the nonprofit and global organizations group, we encourage everyone that's working in that space, even if it's a for-profit but focused on development work, to directly come to our team to get some support in engaging the startup team at Esri. We have a large startup community. We encourage all of our startup community members to attend all of our events. We have a number of them. And so if there's any way we can bring them in further to utilize our technology and empower them in their work, we are happy to do that and have done that for many years. I couldn't tell you the scope of it, but it's in the tens of thousands, I would believe now. Can I make one more shout out,
Yeah.
Melissa? We've now stood up a vote, Get Your Voice Out app, so everyone here can jump on Esri URL /SDG action if you want to make your voice heard on the SDGs, and it'll go up onto our platform on the map, available for everyone to see. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Charles. Thanks for joining us.